Select. One second. All right. All right, so he getting ready to take Elijah up in a whirlwind, right? And he gave him an order to stay there. So this is all something that was going on. That was, what would we call it? It was extraterrestrial, right? This ain't nothing carnal. This is something spiritual that's happening anyway. So if you read in verse 1, and it came to pass when the Most High would take up Elijah into the heaven by a whirlwind, that Elijah went with Elisha to Gilgal, and Elijah said unto Elisha, tarry here, I pray thee, for the Most High have sent me to Bethel. And Elisha said unto him, as the Most High liveth, and as thy soul liveth, I will not leave. So they went down to Bethel, and the sons of the prophets that were at Bethel came forth to Elisha and said unto him, knowest thou that the Most High will take away thy master from thy head today? And he said, yep, I know it. Hold your peace. You know what I'm saying? And Elijah said unto him, Elisha, tarry here, I pray thee, for the Lord hath sent me to Jericho. And he said, as the Lord liveth, and as thy soul liveth, I will not leave thee. So they came into Jericho. And the sons of the prophets that were at Jericho came to Elisha and said unto him, knowest thou that the Most High will take away thy master from thy head today? And he answered, yeah, I know it. Hold your peace. So this is what's going on. He basically have been told or given an order to stay in one place, and he keeps going on with this or whatever. So now as they keep going to different places, they telling them like, hey, look, you know what, that Elijah's about to be taken up out of here soon. And he's just like, yeah, I know, but you know what I'm saying, ain't nobody asked you all that. Pretty much is the way that a brother would say it. You feel what I'm saying? So he's staying with him. They went on, and verse 7, and 50 men of the sons of the prophets went and stood to view afar off, and they too stood by Jordan. And Elijah took his mantle, and he wrapped it together and smote the waters, and they were divided hither and thither, so that they too went over on dry ground. So it's the same type thing he did with Joshua when he parted the waters. It's the same type thing that he did with Moses when he parted the Red Sea. So it's not like they just stunting. You know what I'm saying? This is what Satan was trying to get Christ to do. Just stunt with the power that the Most High gave him. This is for a reason. Now, in order to read the reason, you may have to go through and read the whole chapter or whatever the case may be. But as you go down, and when it came to pass, this is verse 9, when they were gone over, that Elijah said unto Elisha, ask what I shall do for thee before I am taken away from thee. And Elisha said, I pray thee, let a double portion of your spirit be upon me. So this is what he asking him. Like, before the Lord take you, just let me get some of what you got, what you doing, where you able to depart the waters and do all this other stuff, and the Lord wants to come and take you, you know what I'm saying, up into a whirlwind. So that's what he's asked Elijah for. And he said, thou hast asked a hard thing. Nevertheless, if thou see me when I am taken from thee, it shall be so unto you. But if not, it shall not be so. So basically, if you able to see me, you know what I'm saying, when the Lord come and get me and take me up in this whirlwind, then what you're asking should gonna happen. If not, then it wasn't meant to be. The Lord didn't want you to have, a double portion of my soul or what I got going on. All right. But he did make sure he said that, right? And it came to pass, they still went on and taught that, behold, there appeared a chariot of fire and horses of fire, and parted them both asunder. And Elijah went up into a whirlwind into heaven, and Elisha saw it, and he cried, my father, the chariot of Israel and the horsemen thereof. And he saw him no more. So this is what happened. This was basically the last day that Elijah was on earth, and he prayed that that the brother would give him he prayed that the brother would give him a portion of his spirit. He said a double portion of his spirit. Like, let me get what you got going on since you finna be up out of here. And he said, if you are able to see when the Lord come and get me on the chariot, then that means it's gonna happen. So basically that's it happening, right? And so when you skip down to verse 14, and he took the mantle of Elijah that fell from him and smote the waters and said, where is the most high God of Elijah? And when he had smitten the waters, they parted hither and thither, and Elisha went over. And when the sons of the prophets which were to view at Jericho saw him, they said, the spirit of Elijah does rest on Elisha. And they came to meet him and bowed themselves to the ground before him. So this was the Lord. So, certain things like, okay, a brother would want to do it just to be vain in this instance, just to prove a point. You know what I'm saying? Like Christ going to turn the water into wine. Like if I had that, you know what I'm saying, I'd probably be, you know what I'm saying, at every party with all the girls turning all the water into wine, just, you know what I'm saying, just stunting, like what you said. This was not what was going on at this point in time. What was going on is the Lord was giving Elisha what he asked for, a double portion of the spirit that Elijah had, and he allowed him to be able to part the waters just like Elijah did in order to prove that to the other people and the prophets and all of them who was asking, like, what you gonna do now? Elijah's not gonna be here with you no more. But he was letting them know that it wasn't the spirit of Elijah. It's just like when we was talking about when Samuel left Saul, and Saul went searching to try to get Samuel back when he didn't understand that the Most High was the reason and the power and everything behind Samuel. Well, he understood that the Most High was the power, and he lived forever. So even if it's a man, say somebody teach you something, or you come up under somebody, or whatever the case may be, we all talk about, you know, Commanding General YAHANNA. Well, Commanding General had brothers who taught him, and them brothers was taught by other brothers, and so on and so forth, when the Lord bring the truth back into it. So everybody that you have that's above you, you might look at them and whatever. I remember Cap Shawar told me this one time. It was you know, I had to go and speak to a brother and a sister that just came into the school, and he said, I want you to go over there and meet them, and when you meet them, I want you to be Yahushua. I was like, what? He's like, I want you to be Commanding General YAHANNA. I want you to be Captain Cesaria. And I didn't understand it, but I understand it now. We all say the same thing, and ain't none of our words. Commanding General YAHANNA don't say his words, his own words. Captain Cesaria don't say his own words. Captain Shawoyala don't say his own words, and I can't say my own words. You follow what I'm saying? Pop? Our spirit has to be on one accord. So that means when Elijah left, Elisha automatically took the reins of what Elijah was doing, and he prayed for that. And all this was with the Lord showing him that he was with him, just like he was with Elijah. You understand?
He was right, because I so thought he was right.
Hey, you know what? When there is a time where a brother was stunting with it. That's when the brother called fire out of heaven. Somebody got that? Where they was like, show God, and I'm gonna show you my God, and we're gonna see who God, the baddest God. He was
Elijah, right?
Yeah, that was Elijah, right? Yeah. Yeah, now he was stunting. He was stunting, but you know, Elisha probably was there and seen that. It was like, hey, look, hey, let me get half of that. Let me get a double portion of what you got going on, because I ain't seen what you could do. The Lord was with the brother to the point where he ain't even died. The Lord came and picked him up on a chariot when he was ready for him. You understand what I'm saying? So Elijah was a bad dude, man. And Elisha knew that. So he just asked for a portion of his spirit to be on there. So that's what was going on. But yeah, there are times where, you know, brothers was stunting, but that very rarely happened, and it happened for the sake of him proving to the other nations and to the people who's supposed to be following God what God you should be serving. You understand what I'm saying? That's why it happened in oh man, hold on. Let me see if I can find this real quick. It happened in with Paul and Barnabas, right? They they had healed the brother, and once they did that, like all the little I don't know if it was Greek or Romans, I gotta go back to it, but these was people that was they was worshiping Saturn, Uranus. I don't know if y'all know this, but all the planets are named after either Greek or Roman gods. Yeah.
I don't know if I made those are the Romans.
Yeah, they all of the planets are named after Roman gods, right? Um, hold on. And so what happened is once they did that, they started calling Paul one of these Roman gods, and Barnabas too. And he had to check him and be like, "Nah, we did this under the power of the Most High." Y'all, you familiar with that story, Pop? Give me Acts. Give me Acts chapter 14. I'll show you. Acts chapter 14. Let me get the and verse. And verse. Let me see here. Verse 8. Go ahead and read her, Pop.
This is Acts chapter 14, verse 8. And there sat a certain man at Lystra, impotent in his feet. Right. And there sat a certain man at Lystra, impotent in his feet.
What does that mean? Impotent. What does that mean? Impotent.
Mean he couldn't do nothing with it. It was lame.
Yeah, that word impotent. If you had to give it to me in your own words, what it mean?
Not adequate or can't do the job.
All right, potent means strength. Like, you know what I'm saying? If something is potent, it's strong, right? Impotent means is weak. Okay. It means that's the prefix M. You know what I'm saying? Like, imperfect is not the opposite of perfect. So it means the opposite of strong. So he was weak in his feet, right? He couldn't walk. Keep going.
Being crippled from his mother's womb, who never had walked. The same heard Paul speak, who steadfastly beholding him and perceiving that he had faith to be healed.
So now think about this, like right now, you got these fake TV preachers and stuff where they'll have a dude in a wheelchair, but the dude can walk the whole time. They'll come and say, you know, something whatever in gibberish, like they saying something that you don't know what it is, and then the person get up and walk, right? They but where they get this from is the Lord was allowing. One second. What? Can y'all hear me? Yeah, I know. Salaki, y'all can hear me now though, right? Where they was getting this from is these are actual miracles that happen in the Bible. Christ healed people who couldn't walk, made the walk. People that couldn't walk, make, you know, people that were sick. They got fake raising the dead in all these African countries and all this other stuff. Well, all these things come out of the Bible for real. Now, here's what you got to understand. What was written aforetime was written for our learning, that we might have faith. The reason why we still have these stories here, the Lord had to do these things just for us and the other nations to understand how real he was. But you know what I'm saying? Now we got all these records. So what happened? right? And people still don't want to follow the Lord. Even the children of Israel, they seen Moses part the Red Sea and pass these records down to their children and still won't follow the law, statutes, and commandments. You see what I'm saying? So people be like, well, why? You know, we ain't doing it on the same level as Paul and them and that back then. The thing is, the Lord already done did all these miracles, right? You ain't believe him then. How many damn miracles? How he got to show you? You know what I'm saying? You ain't showing him nothing. It's how it is. Like people want to see a sign. It says there's a generation that's gonna look for a sign and it ain't gonna be one. Now the just gonna live by faith. This dude right here that ain't ever walked in his life, but when he heard Paul, then Paul perceived that he had faith. Keep going.
Said with a loud voice, stand upright on thy feet. And he leaped and walked. And when the people saw what Paul had done, they lifted up their voices, saying in the speech of Laconia, something like that.
We'll take Laconia. Laconia. Just go with it. Just roll with it.
The gods are come down to us in the likeness of men.
There it is right there. Now you know they's following Roman mythology. Greek mythology was then changed into Roman mythology, right? Where they believe the mythos and the half God, half man. This is the same thing they try to turn Christ into in modern day Christianity because it comes from Rome. It's not Israelite in its basis. That's why we have to go back and teach people, you know, that Christ's parents had sex like normal people, that Christ was a man, the greatest man to ever walk the earth with the spirit of the Most High, that he ain't no half man, half angel, and all this other stuff, because they believed in those things. So once they saw where Paul healed this man who had been lame and crippled since he came out of his mama's womb, they like, oh my God, the gods have come on us. This shows you how big, you know, the Roman theology was, even amongst our own people. Even amongst our own people, we were serving these other gods and believing in these other gods and doing these things. We did it in Egypt, when we did it in Babylon, we did it in every other captivity. If you read in the Maccabees, we did it under Greece. So now we under Rome, and we doing the same exact thing, believing in their gods. So now he done healed the man. They saw it, and they saying the gods are come down to us in the likeness of men. So who are they giving the credit to? Go ahead.
Man.
They giving it to Paul. They saying Paul is the God. And here's what you won't want to do. Any capacity that you are given to use the Lord's power to benefit somebody or to help somebody or whatever the case may be, what you never want to do is take the credit. That's all Moses did. He didn't do anything else wrong besides when he got fed up with them, like, here, nigga, get this water. Get off my nerves. Get out my face. Here, nigga, get this water. Like it was him. That's all he did. And he was not able to see the kingdom. Well, he was able to see it, but he was not able to go into the kingdom. So that proves anything you do. When Christ was healing people and healing the blind man, he like, oh my goodness. He like, nah, don't go tell nobody I did this. Don't tell nobody I did it. We won't ever take credit for answering the question. The Lord give us the opportunity to learn this knowledge to be able to teach other brothers, because somebody had to get that. He had to give somebody else the knowledge to teach us. You know what I'm saying? So just make sure y'all understand what's going on. They giving Paul the credit for making this man heal and not the Most High. Watch how Paul deal with it. Go ahead.
And they called Barnabas Jupiter and Paul Mercury, because he was the chief speaker.
So Mercurius or whatever, Mercury, the planet Mercury is named after him, and Jupiter. All of these are Roman gods. You know what I'm saying? They giving them the credit. They calling Paul like he is the god Mercury, and Barnabas, you know what I'm saying, like he is the god Jupiter, right? So Paul got to be Mercury because he was the chief speaker, is what it says in verse 12. Keep going.
Then the priest of Jupiter, which was before their city, brought oxen and garlands unto the gate, and would have done sacrifice with the people.
So what they finna do is they about to go ahead and worship these dudes. They about to sacrifice some garland and all this. Man, let's go ahead and feed these days gods. That's what's going on here. You see that, Pop? Everybody understand what's going on? Now this Paul, this ain't even Christ.
Yeah.
This ain't even Christ. This is Paul. Now go ahead, keep going.
Which when the apostles Barnabas and Paul heard of, they rent their clothes.
What does that mean? What does that mean? They rent their clothes.
Right.
Go ahead. Yeah, but I mean, what does that mean? Like when you hear that?
I think Hulk Hogan, how he ripped the
Yeah. All right, that's a good way to put it. But because okay, when you see that, you know what I'm saying, they say they rent their clothes or whatever the case may be. This means that they was upset. You know what I'm saying? They got hot. They rent their clothes. They tore their jacket. They did you know, anything you would hear somebody say, you know, a metaphor for how upset they were. They were so mad they rent their clothes. Not that they got naked or anything like that. It just means that they was upset. You know what I'm saying? To the point where you about to bust out your, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all ever seen, you know, up north or something like that. Sisters get ready to fight or some brothers or something, and they take their jacket off. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm about to tear something up, right? Or a brother get ready to fight outside the club or something. He take his shirt off. You know what I'm saying? It's in that same type spirit. So when they heard what they about to do, like, oh yeah, they about to bring out the oxtails and everything, bro. They about to sacrifice to us because we healed this brother. They was upset. They didn't take that as no honorary thing to sit there and to boast on themselves and to feel like they was all this and all that. Right? They rent their clothes. Keep going.
And ran in among the people crying out and saying, Sirs, why do ye these things?
So they went in there where they was about to set up the sacrifice and all this unto Paul and Barnabas, which was so-called Jupiter and Mercury, and they like, wait a minute, why y'all doing this? What's wrong with y'all? Why y'all doing this? Go ahead.
We also are men of like passions with you.
We also are men of like passions with you, meaning we want to serve God as well. We want to sacrifice things to God as well. We want to give to the Lord God, our God, just like y'all want to give to y'all God. But here's the difference. Keep reading.
And so we also are men like passions with you, and preach unto you that ye should turn from these vanities.
These what?
To the living God. These vanities.
You should turn from these things that y'all about to do that don't mean nothing to the living God. Is it more to that?
Unto the living God. Like,
keep going.
Which made heaven and earth.
Y'all need to be sacrificing and worshiping the God that created heaven and earth, not these gods that don't mean anything. This is vain. Y'all doing all this and not even realizing that the Most High is the one who helped us heal that brother. That's what they were saying. All right. So this is an instance right here where the brothers that actually they really out doing the work, But people looking at it like they stunting for their own self, but in reality, they doing the work of the Most High, and they ain't doing it so they can take the credit for it. They doing it so the Most High will get the glory, right? What's that? Matthew 6:10. I don't know if that's Matthew 6:10. Hold on. What is it? Let your light so shine. Somebody got that? Matthew 5:16. Somebody give me that real quick. This is what it's all about, man. When you stunting, right? You in the world, you stunting, you shining, right? You shining, but you shining and stunting on your brother to show him how much better you is than him. You shining and stunt on some hoes or whatever to show them that they need you, that you know what I'm saying, they should deal with you or whatever the case may be. But in the truth, right? Everything that you do, you know what I'm saying, every boot kiss, every debate, everything that's won, we give all the praise and the credit to the Most High. We ain't taking none of it because we are mere men. And just like the Lord got you in here, it's brothers that's done been in the truth, that done fell out the truth and went right back to selling dope, right back to smoking weed, right back to dealing with whores. So don't ever think yourself to be high because the Lord allowed you a gift. He gave you a gift to use for his glory. Go ahead and read it.
God, oh God. The book of Matthew chapter 5 verse 16. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works.
Stop. Let your light shine before men. Everybody but Kawan, put your phone on mute. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works. Now, the men and the women, of course, they seeing the work you doing. They seeing the miracles that you doing. They seeing how you helping brothers and sisters get out of the situations they was in. You counseling people. You raising up a school. You doing all of this other stuff. And the Lord want them to see it. Why do he want them to see it? So they can tell you how good of a brother you is, how bad you are. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and do what, Kawan? Read the rest of it.
And glorify your Father which is in heaven.
That's what's supposed to happen. That's what's supposed to happen. That's why it's Most High in Christ. So when you see Elisha and Elijah, they part in the water and walking back and forth, and the brother got carried up in the chariot and all of that, that's all for the Most High to show his power within the earth by using men. And that's just what was happening. Same thing with Paul, same thing with Christ, same thing with brothers that you see raising the dead right now in front of your face. All right, you understand? You understand her part, right?
What kind of water, sir?
All right, Most High Christ. You think I'm gonna take the water after that? I ain't did nothing. This is why you can't even give a brother the truth a compliment. He ain't gonna take it out. He ain't, cause he know it ain't him. All right. Any other questions? No other questions?
Like you, sir.
Go ahead.
I got a question on I know it's in Matthew. I gotta find the scripture first. I didn't wanna
All right, no sweat. In the meantime, while he find the scripture, somebody go ahead and give me 1 Corinthians 3:2. This is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. We started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, back in 1969 under commanding General YAHANNA. We're not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite group. It's not of the I.S.U.P.K, and the commanding General YAHANNA is not of the Lord. I am priest and officer Kazak Damar, I.S.U.P.K, Jacksonville, Florida. This is the Truth 101 class. Everybody put your phones on mute. All right? Everybody put your phone on mute. This Truth 101 class. We do it every Monday. We break down the basics of what we teach, right? You come in here and you could think this is the thing for you, but you don't really understand. You just see the brothers in the boots. You see the brothers and you like, okay, they militant, they disciplined, they taking back control of the black household, they keeping their women instead of throwing them away, they putting down the drugs, they not selling drugs to people, they not on dope no more, they doing all these things that the Lord said to do. I want to be down. And then you find out, well, hold on, wait. They teach reincarnation, right? That's some old Indian stuff. We ain't never learned that in the church. Right? How these niggas teaching Indian reincarnation? They say it's in the Bible. Well, now you get an opportunity to come into a class like this, and you get to ask questions about it. So what exactly is it y'all teaching? Okay, they teach you can have more than one wife. Wait. I was never taught that. How is that in the Bible? I heard the exact opposite was in the Bible. Well, now you get to come in here and you get to learn this thing, what we call the milk, right? And what you got to understand is if you get the basics of what we teach here, what you got to do is just hold on to that. Hold on to the basics, and it answers every other question. So everything that comes against the truth, right? Every other thing that comes against the truth, you could go back to the basics and say, okay, this is what I know. This is what I know is in the Bible. I seen it. I got the breakdown on it. I asked every question. And once you got these things, then you can go into a General Muhammad class scripture breakdown where the officers and the captains and the other generals are asking questions and understand why they're asking the questions they're asking, why the breakdown is the way it is, and what they're going to use it for when they go to camp or they're in class or so on and so forth. So somebody got the scripture? Go ahead and read it out.
Book of 1 Corinthians chapter 3 verse 2. I have fed you with milk and not with meat.
I have fed you with what?
With milk and not with meat.
So here's the thing. Everybody want to just go sit down at the Golden Corral or whatever the case may be and get this big spread. You know what I'm saying? You got chicken, you got steak, you got all this other stuff, right? But you cannot even digest the milk yet. What you want to do when you come into the truth, this is the reason why Cap always asking, man, y'all ain't got no questions. That means you're not studying, right? You want to understand everything that you have a question about. Everything you have a question about in life should be answered through this Bible. The Lord has given us all the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to be able to deal with any particular situation. Okay, let's go back to when this happened. This king did this. This brother did this. This sister did this. And this is how you should handle that. Any question you got about your life, this is how am I supposed to deal with this? Or what if I got this? Or what if my kids this? What if my wife this? What if my husband this? And this is how you deal with it. And it's all based on the basic principles of what we teach. Christ broke the entire, all these laws that you got. You can't do this. You can do this. Thou shalt not. Into two main things. And it's love the Most High and love your brother as yourself. In order for you to understand that, you got to understand the milk. Why things like that is. Who is the children of Israel? How did the Lord feel about the other nations? This is all the milk. So this Paul talking to the church of Corinth. He's saying, I have fed you with milk and not with meat. He wasn't over there trying to drop something heavy. Niggas always trying to drop something real heavy. I want to say something that's going to blow their mind. Let me pull out the fact that I know this and you don't know that. That's not what we do here. All right. On Monday, what I'm going to give you is probably something you already done heard before. Maybe. I want to make sure you understand it, because when you go off or whatever the case may be and you telling somebody you in I.S.U.P.K and you telling them this, you don't never want them to ask a question, right, that you don't know the answer to. Not that you should answer it, because if you're not an officer, you shouldn't be answering it anyway. But that you don't know the answer to. Because that means you never question what you are part of. And we want people to wholeheartedly understand what this truth is all about, so you can decide whether you're supposed to be here. Maybe you ain't supposed to be here. Maybe the Lord didn't put you in the I.S.U.P.K. You put yourself in there. Maybe you're supposed to be, wearing purple, or wearing all white, or wearing red and white, or wearing potato sacks like GMS do. Maybe that's what you supposed. You ain't supposed to be here. Lord don't choose everybody. And he got a special job for us here in the I.S.U.P.K. Special job. And the same way, it was the same way with Paul. Everybody's invited, but everybody don't need to be here. Everybody ain't fit. I have fed you with milk and not with meat. So Paul was breaking it down to them like babies. Like Christ said, you got to come as children, right? He wasn't giving them no heavy. You try to go and talk to some type of some prophetess, evangelist, or some doctor, pastor, bishop, whatever his name is, and this nigga gonna try to break down the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. It ain't even given to him. He learned all that at theologian school from some cracker. Paul wasn't doing that. Let me break this thing down so you know how to live the way that the Lord say you should live according to these scriptures. Keep going now.
Son of God. For hitherto ye were not able to bear it.
See, this the thing, right? Go ahead and finish it out.
Son of God. Neither yet now are ye able.
There it is. Up until this time, you wasn't able to really get and grasp the real deep stuff that the Lord was trying to bring out, because it ain't meant for everybody to know that. If you can just understand that it's laws that you got to follow. You know what I'm saying? They told you that these laws don't have to be followed because Jesus died. You understand why Christ came. You understand why he died. You understand what that means for you. What that means for your family. What you should do in response to that. That you can't eat this. You can't go here. You can't do this. You shouldn't act like this. You shouldn't do these things on Christmas and New Year's, and all these other things are vain. When you understand those things, it helps you to be able to deal with the real heavy stuff like God don't love everybody. What do you mean God don't love everybody? You mean everybody ain't supposed to be in the truth? What you mean by that? I couldn't grasp that because I ain't understand the milk. You get the basics of what we teaching here, then you'll be able to grasp and bear the things that the Lord is telling you, like 2/3 of our people are going to be destroyed with our oppressors. What? What you say about my mama? Neither are you able still to understand it. So he still was breaking it down to them like 5-year-olds. If you can't explain to somebody what you believe to a 5-year-old and they understand it, you don't know what you believe. Get this milk. Be able to roll with that, all right? That's just something I wanted to get to. Uriah, you got your joint? You got your question? All right, anybody else got any questions? All right. Yeah, go ahead.
I found the scripture.
All right.
All right. It's in Luke chapter, the 23rd chapter, the 34th verse.
Hold on one second. Luke 23 and 24.
Yeah. And 34, sir.
Luke 23 and 34. And your question is what?
I was wondering who was Yahushua speaking to when he said forgive them, for they know not what they do. Was he speaking to that generation? Because, well, I always thought that, before I came into the truth, I always thought that he was talking about another generation, because these folks knew what they was doing when they turned them over to be killed.
Did they really though?
So, if I may, the high priest knew that. He said that that one man should die for the nation of Israel.
Did he think it was him? Here's what you gotta understand about what they was doing, right? Right. Okay. You see how other people outside of the truth look at the truth? That's how they looked at Yahushua. This nigga is too over the top. He is too aggressive. He is too disciplined. He is too. So you telling me I can't do this? You telling me I can't? I gotta stop sleeping with my cousin, old lady. When my cousin ain't getting out of prison no time soon. You mean to tell me I gotta stop smoking weed? Ain't nothing wrong with weed. It come from the earth. You mean to tell me I gotta stop making all this money I'm making? The Lord see me making this money. If He ain't want me to do it, He'll stop me from doing it. You mean to tell me I can't eat ribs, nigga? The Lord gonna send me to hell for ribs. What that nigga Boosie say? What that nigga Boosie say about the pork? I don't know if y'all up on that. Look up Lil Boosie talk about, you know what I'm saying? Like basically he go cuss God out if he told him he couldn't eat pork.
Like I seen that was straight black.
Yeah, about some pork. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, the people who mad at us, who want to save their oppressor, who love they, I feel like they make more sense than this nigga about a ham sandwich. you gonna let a ham sandwich keep you out the kingdom, nigga? You is not fit to lead anybody, right? You are not a leader. You understand? So, we're gonna go ahead and read it, but to answer your question, you know, shortly, he was talking about both, because the same people that's in the earth then are the same people that's in the earth now. And just like they hated Christ then, they hate Christ now. The same people back again. You understand? You sure? It took you a little second now. This.
Nah, I had you on mute, but you know, like I say, being unlearned, when you laying up your own understanding, you be way off. Because I thought for sure that he was talking about the generation to come after. I didn't know.
How would he be saying forgive them? They don't know what they doing when they ain't even came yet. They ain't doing nothing. How did you understand that then?
That's what I'm saying, sir. So like, yeah, I didn't understand. I thought I understood something which I didn't.
Now in the truth, you could be right. You know why I'm saying you could be right? He was talking about that. Let me give you something real quick without moving, right? Hold on. Real quick. This is Romans. Somebody give me Romans chapter 9. Romans chapter 9. Verse 11.
Oh, God.
Go ahead.
The book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 11. For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of the Most High, according to election, might stand, not of works, but of him that called.
Keep going.
It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. So now the Lord already had what he felt about these babies before they was ever even born, right? He told his mama, like, this, listen, I want this one to be on top of this one right here, and this one I love, and this one I hate. They hadn't done that. So in the truth, you could look at it like that. Predestination, that's in the Bible. Lord knew you before you was in the womb. How did he know you? Because it's the same soul that he already done used in another body. You understand? So I can see how you could say that, but in the world, you don't know nothing about that. So how could you say that he was saying forgive those people who coming, or because they don't know what they doing, when he already gave his life to teach us what to do and what not to do? You see what I'm saying? You right? All right, let's go ahead and get the script you're talking about, and then I'll just reiterate what my answer was, all right?
Go ahead and read it.
The book of Luke, chapter 23, verse 34. Then Yahushua said, Father, forgive them.
Hold on. Let me see if that's where we want to start. Yeah, go ahead.
Right. Then said Yahushua, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. And they parted his raiment and cast lots.
Keep going.
And the people stood, behold, and the rulers also with them. He read it and saying, He saves others. Let him save himself. If he be Christ.
If he what?
If he be Christ.
They still didn't believe him out. You see that? If he really supposed to be all this and all that, why he won't just save himself? So he was talking about give me John chapter 1 and verse 11. It'll explain it. John chapter 1 and verse 11.
So like you said, he was talking to me?
Yeah, you the brother that asked the question.
Okay, so like you said, hold on, I gotta get the story.
What you was just reading out of? Any other questions?
Oh, I was just reading up the Bible on my phone, sir.
Yeah, you can use that. It'll be real quick.
John chapter 1, verse 11?
Yep. I believe it's verse 11. Let me get there, just in case it's not. Hold on 1 second. No, it's not verse 11. Yeah. Yeah, verse 11. Well, it ain't that many scriptures. I know. I remember off the top of my head, man. That's one of them. Go ahead. I be seeing them brothers be doing that. They just be snapping them off like that, right? I know what they say, but I don't know where they at. So, you know what I'm saying? Me and Officer Riccavi get together. It's over with. It's a done deal. I be like, the one that say this, he be like, yo, it's right here. Genesis 36:59. I be like, oh, I can't do that. But, you know what I'm saying? I know exactly. I tell you exactly what it say, word for word. Go ahead,
The book of John, chapter 1, verse 11. He came unto his own, and his own received him not.
Who is the he?
Talking about Yahushua, sir.
Who is his own?
Talking about Israel, Judah.
That's who he came for. That's who he was talking about. Forgive. They was the ones. Remember, they said to Pilate. Pilate was like, "No, I don't see he did nothing wrong." Remember, this is what's going on, right? If you really understand, the Romans put the Pharisees in a position to, I'm gonna use this word, babysit the children of Israel, right? Keep these niggas in place. They like the Christian church. You got Creflo and all these boys. They job is to teach us a doctrine that will keep us from revolting, keep us from rebelling, keep the status quo going, keep us feeling good till next Sunday where you can give us another feel good message, and we'll never understand how terrible and crazy this hell that we living in is, and how that the Lord ain't with it. This was their job, right? So what they chose to do is to institute laws that the children of Israel under Rome now, under the Romans got their own law, but they ain't even coming and messing with us like that. They just need us as slaves. The Pharisees and the scribes are over us. That's why Christ was like, they sit in Moses' seat. So whatever they tell you to do, you do it. right? They the government, and they a wicked government because they are paid by the Romans to keep us in subjection, to keep us dead. So when Christ coming, he talking something different. He ain't saying the same thing he's saying. He cutting these niggas to piss with the scriptures. Like what they teaching the people ain't right. The same way we doing. Wait a minute. That ain't what the Bible say. That ain't what our God is talking about. That ain't how you supposed to do that. That's what Christ was doing. They like, we don't like that. We don't like that. He telling me I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't celebrate Christmas. You crazy? I can't do this. What do you mean? My children's birthday tomorrow. My son's birthday tomorrow. You gonna tell me I can't celebrate my son's birthday? What's wrong with you? It's the same thing right now. Right? He came to his own, which is the children of Israel, and his own received him not. Now, was he talking to all Israel? No, because there are some that received him. Read the next verse. You got me on mute, up.
But as many as receive him, so like in verse 12, but as many as receive him, to them gave he the power to become the sons of the power.
There it is right there. To those who accepted and received what he was bringing, the Lord allowed them to come back into the fold and be the princes of the power, which is Yah-Shar, which is prince of the power, Allah. The sons of God. To those that came back and followed what Yahushua was breaking down, the Most High gave them the power to become the sons of God. Israel is my son, even my firstborn. Israel is my only begotten. This is the same thing that they talk about Yahushua. The reason he was that, because he was the progenitor of those that would come back and serve the Lord the original way that the Lord wanted us to serve him. The Lord cut us off from being his people, cut us off, and he said he wasn't our God anymore. Christ allowed us to be able to have an opportunity to come back and serve the Lord the way we were supposed to the first time. So he came to his own, and they didn't understand. All they knew is they couldn't celebrate Christmas. It mean we can't put up a Christmas tree. They can't eat this. They can't serve the gods of Rome. They can't have parties in Saturnalia and all these different things that they doing that's so fun. So they hated Christ. So when they get ready to kill Christ, they like, man, we would rather Barabbas live and Christ die. And what Christ is saying, his whole thing was he's dying for these same niggas that's killing him. His own. He's asking the Father to forgive them because they don't know what the hell they doing. That's what he was doing. You got it? Most High Christ. Any other questions? No other questions? All right. So check this. We're going to go into this real quick then. Nobody ain't got no questions. This right here is, okay. Some people like cruising through life, right? You got a lot of people cruising through life and not really paying attention to what's going on. But what you're not realizing is time is going by, and we on borrowed time already, right? They always talking about the split that happened when some of the brothers that was in the school was saying that Christ was coming back in the year 2000. Anybody ever heard that? Brothers in the school was saying that Christ was coming back in the year 2000. Niggas was quitting their jobs. Niggas was going all out. Niggas was doing everything, right? Because they knew Christ was coming back in the year 2000. The prophet said it. These are the men of the Lord, the only niggas with the truth on the planet at the time saying this. And it didn't happen. Right? So you have people that question, because there is scriptures in the Bible that say if a prophet speak a prophecy and it don't come to pass, then the Lord ain't give him that prophecy. But then you also have where the Lord is saying, if I feel like changing my mind, I can. I can have more mercy on my people. Where the hell was I in 1999? I'll tell you, I was in a hotel room with some whore with a big ass bag of weed, waiting for the Y2K and the ball to drop. Would I have been in the truth? Would I have deserved the crown? No, I only came into this knowledge 5 years ago. Where the hell was y'all at? Anybody in here was in the truth in 99, 2000? I always joke Captain Shawar been in the truth since 1969, but he wasn't even in here in 2000. He knew. So here's the point. It's been said that, the Lord allowed more time for more his people to get this truth. You know what I'm saying? He raised in the helm Commanding General YAHANNA after the dust settled. And all these niggas go hop and make their own Israelite groups with their own doctrine. One brother holds on to the same thing that they was teaching before, since 1969. That's what we got right now, right? But here's the point. Since then to now, what have brothers had an opportunity to do? Do we have a kingdom? Right? We still got a problem with drugs in our community. We still got a problem with abortions in our community. Really? What's going on? Here's the point. You brothers and sisters that's on the line right now, y'all the only ones that know what the hell the Lord is saying. And if y'all not sharing it with the people around y'all, and if y'all not understanding and trying to get these people in these classes and doing this work that needs to be done that nobody else is going to do, it ain't going to get done. Y'all understand? So this is about you not sitting in this damn truth. You not sitting in this truth. Don't just come in here and just, I know the truth. I was a trooper for probably like almost 2 years because I was just happy to be in the truth. And it took for another brother to come in here and say, man, look at what the hell going on in Jacksonville. You know how many niggas need this truth? And you not even able to teach it to them. Because you're a trooper. Like, nigga, I got me and my rib together, nigga. We going to the Passover. We ain't eating pork. I done changed my life. I'm good. Right? Somebody give me Simon, Satan desires to have you and sift you as wheat. Somebody give me that one. Right? Somebody else give me Yamayan. You in here? I'm gonna mess around and make this class mandatory for brothers up top. The brothers down south, they Nashak and Shiratazai and all them brothers, them was my strongest brothers that came to this class to get this milk every Monday. And we got a school down there, so it's a class going on down there now. But for the brothers and sisters that can't make it to this class, can't make it to the class down there physically, we still got this going on. So Kawan, I think you might be the only officer in here. Any other officers in here besides Kawan? Who is that? Officer Mashamar? Most High in Christ. Damn. All right, Most High in Christ. Officer Mashamar, Officer Kawan. Y'all brothers gonna have to hold me down, all right? Officer Mashamar, I need you to get me no man light up a candlestick and stick it under, oh man, I can't remember how it goes. Stick it under the bed or something like that. Just look that up for me. All right? Here's the point. It's very, very important that y'all understand that we are trying to convince Yahushua to come and end the suffering and end the hatred And in all the stuff that we going through on a day-to-day basis, like we ain't trying to hold on to this world like the rest of the people. They're like, wait, you start talking about Jesus coming back to a Christian, they start getting scared. What you mean? This your king. This your king. You servant. You worship this person. You don't want to come back. You just want to talk about him in theory. You don't want him to stop the cookout y'all about to have for the 4th of July. You don't want to stop the Christmas. Oh, you don't need to come back before Christmas. You know what I got my grandbabies? It's because they ain't in the truth. You in the truth. You understand what the Lord want, right? Somebody got the precept I asked for? Not the one with the candlestick. The other one. Kawan, you still on? See, it happened like that. All right, no sweat. I start banging them out. But you heard what scripture I asked for? Okay, all right, no sweat. Give me that. Give me that one, priest. Give me that one, Mashamar. Stop right there. What chapter this is?
Luke chapter 8, verse 16.
All right. No man don't light a candlestick and then put it up under something where you can't see it. The whole purpose of the light is for people to see it, right? Christ came and did all these miracles and all of that. It wasn't just him stunting like we was just talking about. He was doing this that the people may see that the Lord was with him. The Lord was with him. Now they know the Lord with him. Okay, now we talking about this man 2,000 years later. The Lord even raised him up from the dead, let him come back and make an appearance just so he could show you I'm with him. Even though he laid down his life, I rose him up from the dead, right? Follow him. This is my son. This is my beloved son. Hear ye him. Do what he say, right? Oh man, ain't lighting on candle. So now you come in this truth. You the only nigga in your neighborhood that knows that the Most High's name is Yahweh, his son's name is Yahweh Shai. You got to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments. You shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be doing that. You the only nigga that know that, wherever you at. What you gonna do with it? What you gonna do with it? Trooper will come. You there? Let me look at this thing, see if anybody in the classroom. Maybe it might not be nobody in the class. Let me see. All right, no sweat. All right, any other troopers in the class? Officers or troopers? Officers or troopers? All right, we got Hapop. Anybody else? Go ahead. Hey, Shalom, Lord Christ. Zahab Tawab. You are in a spot where you can read out? All right, Most High Christ. All right, this is what I need. I need Luke chapter 22 and verse 31. Officer Mashamora, was it more to what you was just reading? All right, keep reading.
No, that was the end of that verse. It was the end of that verse.
Nah, was it more on the same subject? Keep going for a second. Let me hear what's after that.
Verse 17. For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad.
Here's the thing, right? It's so many brothers that come in here, they get this truth and they know it's the truth, but they don't want their boys to see that they trying to change their life. They don't want their woman to know that they trying to come in the truth. They don't want the people at their slavery to know that they know they a Hebrew Israelite or Israelite, right? They hiding the truth. This is the light that's gonna heal your nation, and you gonna sit on it and hide it. You got it now. The Lord done bless you with what you gonna do with it? What you gonna do with it? You gonna hide it? Because these Christians sure ain't afraid to teach Christianity. These Muslims sure ain't afraid. These dope boys sure ain't to tell you money is they God, and they bad bitches and all this ain't afraid to tell you that they WAP is the best thing on the planet. So why are you afraid to tell people about the Most High? Why? You got the truth. You know it's the truth. Else you could be doing something way funner than sitting in a class. What are you gonna do? Zahar, you got the Luke 21 and 31 from me?
You can't out of one come.
Let's get it.
Luke chapter 22, verse 31. And Yahushua said, Simon, behold, Satan hath desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat.
Stop right there. This Yahushua talking to his main man, right? Hey, bro, listen. Satan is trying to sift you as wheat. He's trying to break you up out of this truth. He's trying to get rid of you. He's trying to destroy you and your family. He don't want you to be good. He don't want your kids to be good. Nothing. He want to sift you as wheat, chop you up, cut you to shreds, tear you to pieces, however you want to say it. This is what Satan is trying to do, right? This is what he's telling his main man. Keep going.
Verse 32. But I have prayed for thee, that thy faith fail not.
I'm praying for you, bro, that you don't fall out this truth. I'm hoping that you hold on to the things that you already know to be the truth. The Lord done expose things to you. He ain't exposing to everybody. Your mama don't know this, and if she heard it, she probably wouldn't be able. What Paul said, you probably wouldn't be able to bear it. The people you trying to tell about this, some of them think you crazy, but they think what they doing and what they living in, and they think. I done seen countless brothers get 10 to 25 to 15, all types of football numbers and everything, and they still believe in the dope game. I've seen all type of women that used to be bad 15 years ago got that thing and then fell off all the way. Too much coke, too much whatever, too much raw. Now they got that whatever. Listen, and they still believe in it. You mean to tell me not the power of the Most High in Christ, the thing that's been here around for thousands of years, and the only thing that's gonna save our people, you know it, and you gonna sit and watch your homeboy, your mama, your family. Listen. They can't have no conversation with me. You know you ain't supposed to be doing that, right? I ain't gonna be on them to the point where it's uncomfortable because people who ain't in the truth, I know they ain't in the truth. I'm gonna let them hear a little bit of something though. He who have an ear, let him hear. It's Christ to his own boy. I'm praying for you, brother, that your faith remains strong, that you don't fall out this truth, that you don't go back in the world. That you don't start thinking your job is more important than God. That you don't start thinking your woman is more important than the Most High. That you don't start thinking anything is more important than this work. I done prayed for you that you don't fall, that your faith will remain whole. Keep going up.
Started from the top, verse 32. But I have prayed for thee, that thy faith fail not. And when thou art converted, strengthen thy brethren.
And when you converted, meaning when you come into the fullness of this truth, when you become what the Lord have you to be, Strengthen your brothers. This is what we do. It ain't enough for Kazak to be straight. When I say straight, I ain't talking about I got a whole bunch of money, I got cars, I got this, I got that. Cause that's what a nigga think when you say straight. Like all my bills, ain't none of my bills behind. Nah, we all in this hell together, right? We judged as a nation. When I say straight, I'm talking about I know how to get the hell up out of here. Right? It ain't enough for me to do that. Why the hell I'm gonna leave you? Why I'm gonna leave my other brothers and sisters that I know is mine? Look, these niggas was calling for Christ's death, and he said, Father, forgive them. They don't even know what they doing. They don't know no better. They don't know no better. Ain't no nigga, you ain't put no nigga with no spirit like this on the planet Earth before. They don't know. They seeing me, they think I'm joking just like the rest of these niggas is joking. They think we just doing what everybody else is doing. Oh yeah, I go to church too. Oh yeah, I got fringes on my shirt. I know I'm an Israelite too. We not doing what they doing. This is the truth. This is the home of the truth. Now that you know, right? I'm telling you, Akim, Akwathium, Satan desires to have you and sift you as wheat. But we praying for you that your faith remains. Now, when you come into what the Lord wants you to be, whether that's young man forever, student, whatever, I ain't gonna be in there with them niggas. I understand what they saying, but I can't do what they do. Most High in Christ. Pay your tithes. Send in the priest fund. Come to the cookout. Have fun. Keep the law, statutes, and commandments. But for the brothers who the Lord is calling to be priests in here, you have a bigger job. When you become into what you supposed to be, now you got to go and strengthen your brothers because they weak. They weak as hell. They weak as hell. A tobacco plant will rule their life. Their woman will rule their life. The scripture says, as for my people, women are their oppressors and children rule over them. They ain't strong enough to say no. They ain't strong enough to say, I don't want that. I can't do that. I don't do that. I'm not going to do that. They're scared. So you have to be their strength. This is what Yahawashi was telling Peter. Everybody understand? Now, here's the important part. We ain't got that much time. I don't care if it's thousands of years. That's one day to the Lord. Somebody give me Proverbs chapter 1, verse 21. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 22. Salakia. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 22. You got it? Go ahead, Hapop. Nice and loud.
Proverbs chapter 1, verse 22. Is how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and the fools hate knowledge.
How long will you simple blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians that the Lord have chosen to be above all people on the face of the earth love all the foolishness that you've learned from the other nations? It's simple. It's vanity. It's vain. Is a Christmas tree or a birthday cake worth you not ever ruling? Ever? Don't you want your children to be on top and not on the bottom? How long you gonna love all these things of this world that's stopping and preventing us from being on top? It's simple. While people sit back and scorn, they delight in scorn, and all they want to do is hate on the truth, hate on what you doing. This nigga ain't changing his life. And every time you fall in front of them, they're going to scorn and delight in it. You know why? Because they not willing to even try. I was messing with this chick that come in the store I work in. She come in and buy cigars. She said she was gonna quit, right? And I was like, all you gotta do is keep quitting, and quit one more time. Then you stop. Then you stop when you come back, right? She's like, what? I was like, yeah, I quit 136 times. I quit smoking 136 times. I counted. Every time I quit, I would go back. But the 137th time, I never stopped. Now I'm such and such. This is what I'm telling her, right? I don't know if it's really 136. I picked that number on purpose because it makes a point that I'm trying to make. Here's the point. Satan desires to sift me as wheat, but somebody, brother, prayed for me. And now I'm officer, priest, and officer Kazak Damar, right? And my job is to strengthen my brothers and sisters. This is my job. This is my responsibility. Here's the point. Everybody got whatever the hell they dealing with. Stop loving simplicity. Stop hating knowledge. You know what's going on. You see what's going on. Everybody else is depending on who they vote for to get them out of their situation. You the only nigga know that that's some foolishness. You the only cat that know that. Talk to people. They'll be like, man, we got to vote for Biden. We can't. My brother told me we can't take 4 more years of this, boy. We ain't going to survive. We need to go and get him up out of there. For who? For what? This is what people is depending on to save their life. Man, I get this stimulus check. I'm going to do this. Wait a minute. That's going to save your life? Nigga, you already got 1,200. You blew through it. The weed man got it all. The coke man, the molly man got it all. The strip club got it all. And you still in the same predicament you in. Got nothing to do with no money. Fools hate knowledge. It's time out for all of that. 1 Corinthians 13, verse 11. Somebody give it to me. Kawan said he couldn't read. Yamayan, you still can't read either? Go ahead.
Yamayan posted in the comment section. I didn't want to interrupt you while you was breaking the scripture down. But he posted in the comment section on YouTube that his line dropped and he won't let him come back in.
Yeah, all right. Racom, you in, Trooper Racom? All right, no sweat. Go ahead. Pop, can you get me Psalms 90 and 12? Psalms 90 and 12. Trooper Pop. Go ahead, officer. Mashamar, you there?
Yeah, 1 Corinthians chapter 3.
Chapter 13, verse 11. 13 and 11.
Chapter 14, chapter 13, verse 11. When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things.
Here it is right here. This ain't talking about how old you is, right? This talking about your understanding, your wisdom, your knowledge, your maturity when it comes to understanding what life is all about. Anybody on here on this thing know what life is all about? Anybody know the purpose for this life? Anybody? Everybody know it, right? Anybody don't know it? Let's strengthen our brothers. For the people who don't know it, somebody give it to me. What it is? Ecclesiastes 11 and 12?
12 and 13.
12 and 13. I knew it was something like that. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Go ahead and give it to me if you could. Somebody. This is the meaning of life, right? This is our purpose on the earth. Yeah, I know it by heart, but I wanna get it out the scriptures so that they know we ain't just making up stuff. Go ahead and put your phone on mute, and one of the other brothers will get it. Priest, Kawan. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13.
This is the whole. Here's the point. This is after we done summed up everything that's in this Bible. Let us hear the conclusion, meaning the end of the whole matter of everything. Go ahead.
Fear God and keep His commandments. For this is the whole duty of man.
You see that? Fear God and keep His commandments. This is the whole duty of a man. So now, when you become a man, you understand certain things, right? When I was a child, I spake as a child. I used to say stupid stuff. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't about no money, if it ain't about dollars, it don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever they taught us. I remember I learned a lot of stuff from like Master P. I don't even trust my own mama. All these little things niggas used to picked up on. You know what I'm saying? Niggas will quote Pop like that. Niggas will quote Pop. You know what I'm saying? Like that's go be the end all be all that how you should live your life according to what the hell 8 Ball MJG said on their rap or something. You know what I'm saying? I remember a nigga was talking about niggas graduating. Niggas start rapping. I don't recall ever graduating. Like he's saying it like it's something good, but we just all we know is what we heard, what we came up. When you a child, you can follow behind somebody who's just entertaining, right? Entertaining. You can speak like that. You can understand things from the standpoint of an ignorant nigga, somebody who don't know. But the Lord done revealed who He is to you. He done revealed the truth and took the fairy tales out of these scriptures and these records that we learn. Now you got to take this thing and understand that this is real life right here. Everything everybody else talking about is fairy tale. Cause every nigga ain't gonna win the lottery. Every nigga ain't gonna go to the NBA. Every nigga ain't gonna go to the league. Every nigga ain't gonna get no record deal. Me, Officer Ricavi talk about it all the time. We was like right there. Could have been off in that world of entertaining niggas for the rest of our life and dancing a jig for the white man. Making a lot of money too. But would I be here teaching my brothers what the Lord said? I don't know. Everything have its purpose. When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood things as a child. I thought like a child think. I'm going to just go ahead and get this little money. You know what I'm saying? I have brothers like, if I just make it back from Texas, nigga, it's going to be all right. We're going to be good. Everybody going to be good. The whole hood going to be straight as long as I make it back. Now I'm a man. It's time to put away the childish things out. Put away the childish things. You ain't no child no more. The Lord has revealed in you grown man things. When you get it and you understand what Satan trying to do, destroy you, then you understand. Somebody got songs. You got Psalms 90 and 12 out? Go ahead and read that nice and loud for the people.
Psalms 90 and 12. So teach us to number our days, that we may apply our hearts unto wisdom.
The wisdom that it's talking about is the law, statutes, and commandments. Now teach us to number our days. Don't take none of these days for granted. The Lord wake you up today. For the rest of the day and the time you got left, you need to be trying to do something that's going to build up Yahushua's kingdom. I don't care if it's studying for your own good. That's why you should have questions. You know what? I was looking at this in the scriptures where I seen where this dude Maccabee was this, or I seen where Paul did this. I was just wondering. You know what I'm saying? Like the question that Paul asked earlier. Also, Ricavi used to ask questions like that when he first came into truth. Like I do, you know what I'm saying? Like certain questions I'll ask a lot of times. And y'all might think they crazy, but they questions I really got about the scriptures, about how I should live my life, about the way I should carry myself, things like that. Whatever the case may be, ain't no question off limits because we trying to figure this thing out and we ain't got that much time. Even if the world abides forever, we got to leave here. Never know what the hell Esau might be waiting to do or when the Lord might, send a chariot to come get me. If y'all see it, y'all can have this. Y'all can have a double portion of my spirit. Lord Allah, Salakia. So teach us to number our days, man. Don't think you're gonna be around forever. Make haste. You gonna do something for the Lord, you better go ahead and get in a hurry to do it. Satan gonna do what he gonna do. What you gonna do? So that we can apply our minds to keeping these commandments and doing the work of the Lord. All right. Give me Ephesians chapter 5, verse 14. Don't sit on this truth, man. You know what's going on. You see what they doing to our people. You see it ain't getting no better. You see the black leaders don't have no answers. You see that nothing is true in this earth except for the law, statutes, and commandments that's in this Bible. How you know? How you know that? Because the only people that ain't getting killed in the streets, that ain't catching the coronavirus, is brothers that's doing that. And even the people that's doing it are surviving. Surviving the coronavirus. Surviving getting shot at. Surviving because the Lord with them. That's what you're trying to do. Get our people to understand that with the Lord on their side, you could walk on water. You could tread on serpents, nigga. And without it, it don't matter what you try to do. It ain't going to work. Somebody got the scripture? Go ahead.
Ephesians chapter 5, verse 14. Wherefore he saith, Awake, thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead. Christ shall give thee light.
Stop right there. This Paul speaking to the church in Ephesus, the brothers and sisters in the school, and telling them to awake, right? Them that's sleeping. Are he talking about literal sleeping? Nah. He talking about them that ain't doing nothing. Them that know the truth and ain't doing nothing with it. You got this. You got something that's priceless, right? You got righteous leadership. You got counsel. Any counsel you need. You got the answers to every question you ever wanted. Right? You got the keys to the mysteries of the kingdom of the heaven, of the creator of heaven and earth. Right at your fingertips. And you sleeping? And you still want to dibble and dabble in the world? What you waiting on? You waiting to get 100 years? What you waiting on? Some stupid nigga to shoot you because you sleeping with his old lady? What you waiting on? Sis, what you waiting on? Some nigga to bash your head in because he gone? So how he can't understand what he doing? What you waiting on? Y'all better listen what I'm telling you. Take this truth and run with it. Awake, thou that sleepeth, and arise from the dead. And Christ shall give you light. Keep going.
Verse 15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil.
See that you walk circumspectly, right? Don't walk like you a fool. Don't act like you don't walk like the same way a nigga who don't know no better walk. But you walk as a wise man, a wise woman. Walk like you know something people don't know. Redeeming the time, meaning you turning the time in like, listen, I ain't got that much time. I don't never got that much time, even if I got all day. I ain't got that much time. Because I got things to do. This kingdom, what they say, Rome wasn't built in a day. This kingdom, the I.S.U.P.K kingdom, ain't going to be built in a day. Right now, it's taking him, they killed him thousands of years ago. The niggas is around here playing with the truth. The days that we in are evil. Walk like you wise. Keep reading, huh?
Verse 17. Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is. And be not drunk with wine, wherein is excess, but be filled with the Spirit.
This is what you should be high on. This is what you should be full of. They got a song, I'm full of that. You should be full of the spirit of the Most High, the spirit of brotherhood, the spirit of correction, the spirit of discipline, the spirit of everything that is being taught in these scriptures. Everything that's lawful ain't expedient. Just because you can drink don't mean you need to be pissy drunk all the time. You don't need to be taking things in excess. You ain't getting no work done, huh? What work is you doing? What are you doing? Now that you got the truth, now that you know what you're supposed to be doing with this truth, what are you doing? Give me Lamentations chapter 2, verse 14. Lamentations chapter 2, verse 14. Do not waste y'all time. You got it out? All right, hold that real quick. Hold that real quick. Somebody give me Revelations 12 and 12. It might be 12 and 1. I believe it's 12 and 12. Go ahead, Marshall Moore.
Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heaven, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he has but a short time.
There it is right there. Rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them, right? Woe to the inhabitants of the earth, meaning destruction to the people that's in this earth and of the sea. This is what's going to happen to our people. Like, we living in the earth. We not in the heavens, right? The heavens are rejoicing every time a brother or sister comes into the truth. The angels. YAHANNA, the people that's on the right hand of the Lord, the people that's there already, who understand that they living in a kingdom, the Lord's kingdom. We trying to make his kingdom come in the earth. But before it come, right? Now we here, we going through hell. We going through destruction. We are destroyed as a people. So destruction to the inhabitants of the earth and the sea. Everything on the earth is out of whack. Why? Because when the righteous is in authority, the people rejoice. When the wicked bear rule, the people mourn, and the wicked bear rule. Not only that, but the devil is coming down on you with great wrath. Why? Why are these crackers shooting us down in the street? Why is our oppressors doing all these things to us now? Why is it such a big deal about making sure that they make America great again and all these other stuff? Why are they putting one racist against another racist? Why? They trying to make sure that you're destroyed. And the reason being is because of right now what it says right here. Because he knoweth that he has but a short time. The children of God are waking up all over the earth. Right? And all of them ain't coming in the truth, but all of them are finding their identity. And the brothers and sisters that's coming in the truth, who are going to do the work to usher back our King, Yahushua, who are going to do those things to please the Lord and show him that we deserve to be saved out of this hell. We doing what we supposed to be doing now. Which side you on? What's your job? What's your purpose in the earth? What you supposed to be doing? You better figure it out quick. Esau know what he's supposed to be doing. All the other nations know what they supposed to be doing. What you supposed to be doing? Go ahead, Kawan, with the joint with the Lamentations. You got us on mute? Oh, okay. Go ahead.
The book of Lamentations, chapter 2, verse 14. Thy prophets have seen vain and foolish things for thee, and they have not discovered thine iniquity, to turn away thy captivity, but have seen for thee false burden and causes of banishment.
See, here's the thing, right? The prophets done one second. The prophets done seen stuff, right? That you doing that's vain and foolishness, and you putting a burden on yourself. This burden, the thing you going to your slavery and making this check and trying to deal with all the things that's going on in this world, problems you got with your rib, things you got going on, your kids, the school, the COVID-19, all of this shit. You worry about everything except for the thing that's going to turn away your captivity. These are false burdens you putting on yourself. And the Lord's sitting there like, nigga, I told them all they got to do is trust in me. I told them all they got to do is do what I tell them to do. I told them all they got to do is complete the orders that they given. I remember this like yesterday one time. I was talking to Captain Shawar and something came up. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I was like, Salaki, sir, I ain't going to be able to complete the order because I got slavery, right? And the brother said something to me so heavy. He was like, you fighting to keep the slavery when what I'm telling you to do is to make sure you're in rulership and you never have to slave again. Now, if you're a child and you think like a child, you're going to be able to wrap your mind around how heavy that is, right? But for y'all that's in the truth, you caught it. Now, keep going on verse 15 now.
Verse 15. All that passed by clapped their hands at me. They hissed and wagged their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth?
Here's the thing, right? We talk about Deuteronomy 7:6, where the Lord then chose you to be a special people. Deuteronomy 28:1, where he said he's going to put us over all these nations. All these different things that the Lord then said about the children of Israel, right? Why is people clapping their hands and hissing and wagging their head at the daughter of Jerusalem? Why? Why is these people even, making fun of you a proverb and a byword, I think it say. They calling you niggas and spicks and all this. Why are they able to do that? Why? Keep reading up.
Verse 16. All thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnash the teeth. They say, we have swallowed her up. Certainly, this is the day that we looked for. We have found. We have seen.
They are able to talk about your records like they're a fairy tale because you didn't do Deuteronomy 28:1-14. You did everything else, right? 15 on down. You did everything else. You did the things that the Lord said you shouldn't do. So now your enemies is opening their mouth against you. When the Lord brought us out of Egypt, a dog couldn't even wag his tongue at Israel. They saying we done swallowed them up. Ain't no hope for them niggas. And I'll be the first to tell you, if the Lord ain't involved, if the truth wasn't in the earth right now, there is no other thing that can save blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Not one thing. Nothing else. Go ahead and read verse 17.
Son of God. The Lord, verse 17. The Lord hath done that which he hath devised. He hath fulfilled his word that he had commanded in the days of old. He hath thrown down, and have not pitied. And he hath caused thine enemies to rejoice over thee. He hath set up the horn of thine adversaries.
Y'all see that? The Lord did it. Why he do it? Because niggas want to waste time. Niggas want to say, well, I come into this truth and do what I'm supposed to do tomorrow. Let me just get this last blunt in. Let me just go to the strip club one more time. Let me just go ahead and do this. Let me just get this last cigarette in. Let me just do this. Let me just smash this last broad. Niggas got everything on their mind but serving the Lord. Everything on their mind but serving the Lord. I do it when I get off work. I do it when I get off work. The Lord trying to get you up out of this captivity, huh? The Lord want to raise up his nation to be on top the way he wanted them to be. But we wasting time still serving our oppressor and all the gadgets and toys and everything else that he's done had us to do. Stop living like them. Stop thinking this is going to get you out. Because ain't no amount of money going to get you out of this hell. Care how many hours you work. Only thing that's going to get you out of here is turning your life back to the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Y'all understand what I'm saying? We ain't got time. We out of time. I'm tired. I'm tired. The parties don't feel the same no more. Everything don't feel the same no more. You ain't got much time. Go ahead and give me Ecclesiastes 3:1 real quick. Real quick. Let's get it.
The book of Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 1. To everything there is a season and a time, to every purpose under the heaven.
This is what I'm trying to tell y'all, right? Now is the time for the Lord. The Lord is calling soldiers. The Lord is calling sisters to support them soldiers. What you gonna do? Don't be neither hot or cold. Salakia, don't be warm. Be either hot or cold. Either you on fire for the Most High, or you can just like keep it moving. You can go play church in the church. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be funner. You can do whatever you want to do, and everything will be fine. But in here, we got work to do. It's a time and a season, and a time and a purpose. What is my purpose? I told you what our purpose was. Fear God and keep his commandments, and to strengthen our brothers once we get the hang of it. That's what we're here for. If you ain't here for that, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your life. It's a bunch of fake booties and killer weed and K2 and everything else is out there where you could be having so much fun and enjoying the things of this world. This is for the brothers and sisters who love not this world, neither the things in this world. Keep reading now. Matter of fact, don't worry about that. I'll read it real quick because I ain't gonna break it down. I'm sure you heard it a million times. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to pluck up, and a time pluck up that which is planted. Time to be killed, a time to kill, time to heal, time to break down, time to build up. Right? This is the time to build up. Right here. Right here, in the midst of our captivity, the Lord said he would provide a sanctuary in the midst of our captivity. That is where y'all at right now. Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. I can call a grown man and tell another grown man without him making fun of me that I don't know how to run my household. Can you please help me run my household the way the Lord said do it? And the brother gonna say, yeah, this is what you should do. Bop, 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 bop. Kanana one kan. Done. And the problem goes away. And then it come back. I don't know how to run my household. Here's what you should do. Every brother and sister in this school has righteous counsel. Has a question where you can get a letter or a precept from the Most High on what you should be doing at every point in your life, no matter what demon you fighting and everything. And it's another brother in here that done fought and still fighting the same demon. There is no excuse for nobody in here not to be doing what we need to be doing to raise up this kingdom up under a black man that the world calls Jesus Christ, that we know as Yahawashi. It's time out for all the playing. Ain't nobody got time to be playing no more. It's a time for everything up under the sun. We done had our time where we done served these other gods. We done served these other nations. We done served women. We done served our children. Now let's serve our King, Yahushua, and serve the Most High. Everybody understand? Any questions? Go ahead.
How do you?
Just ask the question.
I guess my issue is, and where I started to see that I was falling out and being lukewarm is in the council, the whole council thing. You know, I'm trying to get into it and trying to give up, I guess, that part of myself and really explain what I'm fighting with and some of the demons that I'm fighting with. But it's like I'm having issues with humbling myself to
the scriptures say pride cometh before destruction. As long as you feel, it say if a man think himself to be something when he isn't, he deceiving himself, right? And Satan uses that above any other thing. He'll use that with a sister where she'll have a brother that's going to save her life, protect her, guide her, and she'll be like, I'm too good to deal with this man who got more than one woman. Or a brother who will come in here and he'll know that what we saying is the truth, but he'll be like, I'm not finna just do everything somebody tell me to do or whatever the case may be. Here's the point, right? If you didn't need the counsel, then you don't have to ask the question. But if you fighting with something, the help is there. Brotherhood is a weapon. What you'll find is the brother that's probably telling you what you need to hear went through the same thing you went through. Probably, more than likely, 9 times out of 10, dealt with the same demon, and that's why this brother is over you. Here's the point. The counsel, I remember Captain Katazai said this to me one time. I had been in the truth for a couple years, and I never used to call for counsel. I always be like, I'm not finna bother these brothers, man. These my issue. I'm not finna bother this man with what I got going on, man. I'm gonna waste this man time, right? I used to say all the time, that's a demon out. That's a demon. These brothers has changed their life to where what they would normally be doing to have fun and to be chilling and do this and do all the stuff that niggas got in the world. Well, we don't do none of that no more. This is my job. This is my purpose. This is why I'm alive, is to take brothers' phone calls and counsel them and do this and lead them and answer their questions. This is more important than my I gotta get up at 6 o'clock in the morning right now. If brothers calling me at 11, 12, 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and need to know about a scripture breakdown, I could care less how much sleep I get. Right now, our job is to be focused on raising up this nation. Now think about this real quick. You saying it like, I know I need it, right? I know I need it, but I guess my pride. Here's the point, right? Hebrews chapter 5 verse 12 say, for when a time you ought to be teachers, you have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of God, and become such as have need of milk and not of strong meat. His thing, man, I was pretty smart in the world. When I came into the truth, I remember Captain Shawu, I always say this all the time, telling me, man, it's not about how smart you is. This thing is spiritual. What we fighting is spiritual. It's spiritual. You know that what you're doing wrong, but you can't stop doing it because it's a spirit. It's a demon on you that you don't know how to fight. You can't fight it by pretending that it doesn't exist. The dragon's there. The elephant's still in the room. Go get some help. Remember what Yahushua told Peter? Simon, Simon, Satan desires to have you and to sift you as wheat. But I'm praying for you that your faith remain. And when you are converted, strengthen your brethren. Now, a couple years ago, whatever, however much time it was, before I came into the truth, I was fighting the same demons everybody else was fighting. Brothers who just came into truth still fighting them demons. Brothers that just getting raised up. Brothers just trying to become troopers, trying to become officers. Brothers just trying to get rank raises, still fighting the same demons up. All of us are fighting the same demons. I know them well. Don't make me no better than you because I can give you counsel on it. That just means we've been through it. How shedding yourself for the world happens is you get with somebody who shed themselves of the world, because all have sinned and fall short. The point is to try to become perfect. You understand what I'm saying? Don't look at it like don't let your pride tell you that you don't need your brother. I just posted something Capture War said last week in the class. This thing is a war, and you cannot win a war by yourself. It takes a whole army. Use your brothers up. That's what we here for. You sitting there trying to fight that dragon, and all you really need is to borrow the tool that's gonna kill him for good. Right? You understand what I'm saying? All right, Most High in Christ. Any other questions? All right. With that, Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge start out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. You're under commanding General YAHANNA. Yamayan, you got it, or you want me to keep rolling? Huh?
I got it.
All right, I'm gonna pass you the class then. All right. I'm gonna pass the class over to Precinct Officer Yamayan.
The I.S.U.P.K start out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rules, new brothers and sisters. A new brother or sister coming to the school, they are on places for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. They need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After the 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Besides, is the family. Find that in Numbers chapter 18 and 21, Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10, which means the 10th in the Hebrew, I.S.U.P.K.